Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're talking about mercy. We're talking about blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. We said yesterday that mercy given should be as a result of mercy received. We've received mercy of God, haven't we? We should therefore be giving liberally to those around us. But very often we associate mercy with forgiveness. I will show you mercy because it's an act of my forgiveness. It's a proof of me forgiving you. And that is true. That is very true. But there's another aspect of mercy that is just the aspect that says it's the right thing to do. I show mercy to others because I can help them. Not necessarily because I have to, not necessarily because I'm obliged to, but simply because I can. And when we look at this beautiful aspect, we see Jesus told that amazingly well-known story about the Good Samaritan. And he's walking down the road, and he's a Samaritan. He's been rejected by the Jews, and he's probably been given a hard time. And he's been walking probably, hopefully, in forgiveness. And he sees a Jewish man in the gutter who's been rejected by the church, been rejected by the people and the elders and the council of that organization. And they didn't get down and they didn't help him. They just paid, oh, we're so sorry. We got a lot of sympathy for you. But the difference between the elders of the church and the Good Samaritan was he had empathy for them. And empathy is a thing where we do good for others simply because we can sometimes. And simply because he saw this man in the gutter, beaten up, leg broken, blood coming out of his head, he says, man, I can help you. It's the right thing for me to do. And so mercy is associated very often with an act of kindness. And our love got this man to stop, but it was mercy that put him in the ditch. It was mercy that bound up his wounds. Love covered it all. We all know that, don't we? But it was mercy that got out the Band-Aid. It was mercy that got him to bind up the wounds. It was mercy that poured oil on his wounds. It was mercy that put him on a donkey, and great mercy when he put the guy in the hotel and said to the innkeeper, whatever you spend on the guy, I'll pay you when I come back. And I tell you, people, that's love in action. That's a great definition of what mercy is. It's simply love in action. Not because we have to, not because somebody's laid us on a guilt trip about it, but because we can. And when we see the needs of those around and we say, man, you know what? I can help that thing. I can help that person. I can do something. I don't have to fix their problem, but I can certainly participate in helping them. That is a phenomenal act of mercy. That's what the Good Samaritan did. He didn't just sit on his donkey and walk past and wave and say, really sorry about your situation, my man. I hope it gets better. I hope somebody comes along and helps you later on. Didn't do that. He got off his donkey into the ditch and he gave merciful acts of kindness towards the man who needed it. Hey, people, maybe today you're going to see something. I hope you do. And you're going to look at that situation, and ordinarily you may say, I'm not going to get involved. It's not my fault. This is not my thing. Let me phone 911 and tell them about this guy, or let me do something else. And people, get off your butts and do something for goodness sake to help those around you. Do something for goodness sake that shows mercy and kindness, because the two go hand in hand, towards those who you never necessarily would ever have to do it. And when you give mercy like that, then God will give mercy to you. This is not a sort of a socialistic kind of a theology. It's not very deep. Jesus says this is the evidence that you personally have received mercy. When you're willing to give it as an act of forgiveness, like yesterday, or simply an act of kindness because you can. Let's do something about that one today. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.